Ladies and gentlemen, I want to speak to you today about the battlefield of the mind. Because long before you see victory in your life, you must win the battle in your heart and in your thoughts. So many of us go through life feeling defeated before we ever begin. We say, I'm not good enough. I'll never make it. The odds are too great. But I'm here to tell you today that you were not created for defeat. You were created for victory. You were created with a purpose, a calling, a destiny that is greater than the struggles you face. But here's the key. The mind is where battles are won or lost. What you think shapes who you become. If you allow fear to fill your thoughts, fear will direct your steps. If you allow doubt to take root, doubt will limit your potential. But if you train your mind to focus on truth, on hope, on the promises of victory, then nothing can stop you from fulfilling your purpose. A champion does not wake up each morning thinking about failure. A champion disciplines the mind, trains the thoughts, speaks words of life even when the situation looks dark. When the world says, you can't, faith says, with God all things are possible. You may have faced setbacks. You may have heard voices telling you that you're not enough. But I'm here to tell you that you don't have to live in defeat. You can renew your mind. You can retrain your thinking. You can fix your eyes on what is good, what is right, what is true. Because the moment you begin to train your mind to win, your life will follow. Your steps will become bolder. Your heart will be stronger. And no force on earth will be able to hold you back from the destiny set before you. The battles we face in life are often won or lost before we ever take action. Long before a person steps into success, their mind has already determined the outcome. The thoughts we entertain, the beliefs we hold, and the way we see ourselves play a crucial role in shaping our destiny. When we train our minds to focus on victory, we position ourselves to walk in strength, confidence, and purpose. Talk up some criticism and talk back in deepest strength, confidence, and purpose. Many people go through life feeling defeated, not because they lack talent or opportunity, but because they have allowed doubt and fear to take root in their minds. They tell themselves, I'm not good enough. I'll never succeed. The challenges are too great. Over time, these thoughts become strongholds, limiting what they believe is possible. Instead of stepping forward in faith, they remain stuck, held back by an invisible barrier they created themselves. But here's the truth. You were created to overcome. You were not meant to live in defeat. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not always intelligence, talent, or background. It is the mindset they cultivate. A person with a victorious mind sees opportunities where others see obstacles. They understand that failure is not the end, but a stepping stone to growth. They do not let setbacks define them. Instead, they use them to fuel their determination. Training your mind for victory requires discipline. It means rejecting negative thoughts and replacing them with truth. It means choosing faith over fear, hope over despair, and perseverance over giving up. When difficulties arise, a person with a victorious mind does not crumble, they rise. They remind themselves that no obstacle is greater than their purpose. The world will always offer reasons to quit. People may doubt you, circumstances may seem unfair, and challenges may feel overwhelming. But when your mind is fixed on victory, you will keep moving forward. You will refuse to be defined by failure. You will wake up each day knowing that the best is yet to come. Victory is not just about what happens around you, it is about what happens within you. When you win the battle in your mind, you will see the results in your life. Your steps will be bolder, your decisions wiser, and your future brighter. It all begins with how you think. Train your mind for victory, and nothing will be able to hold you back. Fear and doubt are two of the greatest obstacles to success, holding people back from achieving their full potential. They whisper lies, telling us we are not capable, not worthy, and not strong enough to move forward. They create barriers in our minds long before any real obstacles appear in our path. Fear paralyzes and doubt weakens our resolve. Together they can keep us from stepping into the life we were meant to live. Many people never step into their calling because they allow fear to dictate their choices. They hesitate, waiting for the perfect moment, afraid of failure or rejection. But the truth is, fear is a thief. It steals opportunities, drains confidence, and keeps people trapped in the safety of the familiar, even when greater things are waiting just beyond their comfort zone. The most successful people in history were not those who never felt fear, but those who refused to be controlled by it. They felt the fear and moved forward anyway. Doubt works in much the same way. It causes people to question their abilities, their dreams, and even their worth. It makes them believe that they are not smart enough, not talented enough, or not strong enough to achieve what is in their hearts. But doubt is just another form of fear. It is the fear of failing, the fear of looking foolish, the fear of not being enough. The problem with doubt is that it leads to hesitation, and hesitation leads to inaction, and inaction guarantees failure. The only way to overcome fear and doubt is to replace them with faith and confidence. Confidence is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to move forward in spite of it. Faith is the belief that there is a greater plan, that obstacles can be overcome, and that the strength needed to succeed is already within us. When fear says you can't, faith says with God all things are possible. When doubt says you're not enough, faith says you were created for a purpose. Fear and doubt will always try to creep in, but they do not have to control your life. The moment you stop listening to them and start acting in faith, you break their power. And when you break their power, you step into victory. The way you think shapes the course of your life. Every great achievement, every significant breakthrough, and every fulfilled dream first began as a thought. What you allow to dwell in your mind will eventually manifest in your actions, habits, and ultimately your destiny. A person who constantly entertains thoughts of failure, fear, or inadequacy will inevitably live in a way that reflects those beliefs. But someone who trains their mind to focus on hope, possibilities, and perseverance will walk a path toward success. Your thoughts are like seeds planted in the soil of your heart. If you plant seeds of doubt and negativity, they will grow into a harvest of hesitation and missed opportunities. If you plant seeds of faith and confidence, they will produce a life of strength and victory. The truth is, your life is always moving in the direction of your strongest thoughts. That's why it is crucial to be intentional about what you dwell on. Too often, people allow the opinions of others, past failures, or present challenges to dictate their thinking. They hear voices telling them they are not good enough, that they will never amount to anything, and they begin to believe it. But you do not have to accept these lies. You have the power to change your thoughts, and in doing so, change your future. When you replace doubt with faith, discouragement with determination, and fear with courage, you begin to take steps toward the life you were meant to live. Training your mind for success is not about ignoring reality. It is about choosing to focus on the right things. It means refusing to dwell on limitations and instead seeing opportunities. It means speaking life over your dreams instead of talking yourself out of them. It means rejecting negative self-talk and embracing words of strength and encouragement. No matter where you are today, your future is not set in stone. You can begin renewing your mind and reshaping your future by filling your thoughts with truth, hope, and confidence. You were not created to live in defeat. You were made for victory. The moment you take control of your thinking, you take control of your destiny. So, choose thoughts that build you up, that push you forward, and that lead you toward the life you were meant to live. Discipline is the foundation of success, and it begins in the mind. Before you can achieve anything significant in life, you must first learn to control your thoughts. The way you think shapes the way you act, and the way you act determines the course of your life. Without mental discipline, it is easy to be swayed by emotions, circumstances, and negativity. But when you train your mind to stay focused on what is right, true, and productive, you set yourself up for victory. Many people fail not because they lack ability, but because they lack the discipline to overcome distractions and discouragement. The greatest battles are not fought on the outside, they are fought within. A person who allows doubt, fear, and negativity to dominate their thinking will struggle to move forward. But someone who takes control of their thoughts, replaces negativity with truth, and trains their mind to focus on solutions instead of problems will always find a way to succeed. Disciplining your mind means refusing to dwell on defeat. It means rejecting the thoughts that tell you that you are not good enough, that you cannot overcome, that your past mistakes define you. Instead, it means filling your mind with thoughts of hope, determination, and perseverance. Every great achievement starts with the decision to believe that it is possible. When you tell yourself, I can endure, I can grow, I can overcome, you begin to develop the resilience needed to push through obstacles. Training your mind also requires consistency. Just as an athlete does not become strong overnight but trains daily, you must train your thoughts every day. You must be intentional about what you allow into your mind, what you read, what you listen to, who you surround yourself with. You cannot fill your mind with negativity and expect to live a victorious life. Instead, focus on thoughts that build you up, encourage you, and strengthen your faith. There will be moments of struggle, but mental discipline will keep you moving forward. Success is not about never facing challenges. It is about having the strength to rise above them. And that strength comes from a disciplined mind. When you take control of your thoughts, align them with truth, and train yourself to focus on victory, you will begin to walk in the fullness of your potential. There comes a time in every person's life when they face a wall too high to climb, a challenge too great to overcome, or a voice telling them they are not enough. The world is full of limitations, circumstances that seem unchangeable, obstacles that appear immovable, and doubts that whisper you can't do it. But faith looks at those same limitations and says, with God all things are possible. Faith is not about ignoring reality. It's about seeing beyond it. It doesn't deny the existence of problems, but it refuses to let them have the final word. When a person believes in something greater than themselves, their perspective shifts. What once seemed impossible now becomes an opportunity for growth, for strength, and for victory. The difference between those who succeed and those who remain stuck is often not talent, intelligence, or resources. It is faith. History is filled with people who overcame insurmountable odds because they believed. They didn't see their limitations as the end. They saw them as the beginning of something greater. A small shepherd boy stood before a giant with nothing but a slingshot and faith, yet he defeated the warrior that an entire army feared. A man born blind had no reason to expect sight, yet faith opened his eyes. Time and time again, faith has proven to be the key that unlocks the impossible. The greatest limitations in life are not the ones placed upon us by the world, but the ones we place upon ourselves. When people say, I'm not smart enough, I don't have what it takes, or it's too late for me, they have already lost the battle in their minds before they even try. But faith silences those lies and replaces them with truth. Faith says you are equipped, you are capable, and there is a way forward. Faith is not wishful thinking. It is the confidence that there is a greater power working on your behalf. It moves mountains, opens doors, and makes a way where there was no way. When life tells you you can't, faith rises up and declares, watch me. Because when faith takes hold of the heart, no limitation is strong enough to stand in its way. The mind is a powerful force that shapes the direction of our lives. What we dwell on, what we meditate upon, and what we choose to believe about ourselves and our circumstances determine the path we walk. A renewed mind is not simply about positive thinking. It is about aligning our thoughts with truth, hope, and purpose. When we renew our minds, we begin to see life differently, not through the lens of fear and limitation, but through the eyes of faith and possibility. Too often, people live trapped by the past, by mistakes, disappointments, and the words of others that have shaped their self-perception. They replay old failures in their minds and allow those memories to dictate their future. But a renewed mind breaks free from that cycle. It does not dwell on what was lost, but focuses on what can be gained. It does not see obstacles as roadblocks, but as stepping stones to something greater. Transformation begins when we stop allowing past failures to define our future and start believing that a new path is possible. A transformed life is not achieved by external changes alone. It starts within. A person can change jobs, move to a new place, or surround themselves with different people, but if their thinking remains the same, they will still experience the same struggles. Lasting transformation happens when the mind is changed, when old doubts are replaced with faith, when fear gives way to courage, and when self-doubt is silenced by the assurance of purpose. Training the mind to focus on truth requires discipline. It means guarding against negativity and choosing to believe in something greater than what the world may suggest. It means rejecting the voices that say, "You're not enough," and embracing the truth that says you are called, you are capable, and you are destined for more. When the mind is renewed, life follows. Decisions become clearer. Confidence grows, and doors open that once seemed shut. Challenges still come, but they no longer overwhelm, because a transformed mind understands that every trial is an opportunity to grow. The moment you begin to renew your mind is the moment your life begins to change. What once seemed impossible becomes achievable, and what once held you back loses its power over you. A renewed mind leads to a transformed life, and that transformation will lead you to victory.